So I have a new favourite website and I want to share it with you. It is theyworkforyou.com. I will link it down below. It is fantastic because it gives you the full voting record of every member of parliament. Every one of them. Now, politicians lie, but apparently you're not allowed to say that in the media. Or if you're a foreign politician, everyone goes mental because you even suggested the thing. Yet, you can't really lie about your voting history. Recently, Anna Soubry, who is one of the politicians who annoys me immensely, went on the last leg. I missed it, but what I'm told is that people, or some people at least, are in an uproar because the hosts didn't challenge her on some of her voting record. So I have her voting record here. Again, I will link this website down below. It's absolutely worth going through. And if you have an MP that you want me to go through their voting record, let me know. I will happily do it. I don't want to be biased, so there's no order. This is just how it comes. So let's read it off from the top. Anna Soubry has consistently voted for equal gay rights. That's a plus. Of course it is. Voted for the smoking ban. I know a few people who are not happy with that. Consistently voted for allowing marriage between two people with the same sex. Brilliant. Generally voted against laws to promote equality and human rights. And this is where we start getting into proper conservatism. It also gives you the rate. You can go into it and see more details, but she's voted for twice, and she's voted against promoting equality and human rights 4 times, abstained 6 times. Voted for allowing terminally ill people to be given assistance to end their life. I know that's a hot topic. I did a video last year, I believe, on it. I get why it's difficult, but voting on foreign policies. Consistently voted for use of UK military forces in combat operations overseas. So, you know, bombing people that we have no need to bomb. That's more or less what that is. Voted against the, investigations into the Iraq War. You know, when Tony Blair said to the country, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction and we should go in and kill him for that. Everyone in the world, apart from George Bush, said no, they don't have WMDs, and it turned out no, did not have WMDs. Consistently voted for replacing Trident with a new nuclear weapon system. Voted a mixture of for and against, more EU integration, generally voted for a referendum on UK's membership of the EU. Consistently voted against strengthening the military covenant. Now, it's obviously not my first time on this website. I've been through a few different politicians. Chris Chope, Charlie Alfrick, my MP, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and even Corbyn. Now, what the Conservatives have is that they constantly push for our service members to go over and start fights with people we have no business starting fights with, and they constantly vote to strip money from the military services. Corbyn is the opposite. Corbyn voted to put more money into our military services to give these men and women proper pay and proper equipment, and to not send them to combat zones that they don't need to be in. Interesting, next time one of these people gets up on a podium. Generally voted against a right to remain for EU nationals already living in the UK. This is a big one. And when I have this debate, this discussion with other people about Brexit and the fact that the rest of the EU countries aren't being that nice, well, this is part of the reason why. Because you have some politicians coming out saying, well, they're here, of course they can stay, that's crazy. But then you have people like Anna Soubry, who has voted against them having that automatic right. could have been here for 20, 30 years, working, paying taxes into this country. And yet, people like Anna Soubry, Christopher Chope, Charlie Elphrick. Charlie Elphrick surprised me because he's my MP. He's the MP for Dover, and Dover has a huge Polish population. Latvian, Lithuanian, Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic. And yet, he doesn't want to give any of them the right to stay, despite the fact that damn near all of them, or at least everyone that I've come across, has a job, has been working and paying taxes. The man claimed over £100,000 in one tax year because of these people working and paying council tax. Anyway, back to Anna. Generally voted against UK membership of the EU. Again, something that surprised me is she's now fighting tooth and nail to stop Brexit. That one's odd. Voting on welfare. This is an important one. Almost always voted for reducing housing benefits for social tenants deemed to have excessive bedrooms, which Labour described as the bedroom tax. Now, this extra bedroom can be tiny. Personal story. My mum's got one of these extra bedrooms. I remember when we moved into that house, my dad had to build a bed so it would fit in that room. That's how small the room is, and yet it's just big enough to count for the bedroom tax. And Anna Soubry's all for that. Consistently voted against raising welfare benefits in line with prices. Consistently voted against paying higher benefits over long periods for those unable to work due to illness or disability. Again, the Conservatives' mentality, if you're ill, if you're disabled, if you're down on the luck, is fuck you. Something I think that she'll be dragging into this new independent party. Consistently voted for a reduction in spending on welfare benefits. Almost always voted against spending public money to create guaranteed jobs for young people who had spent a long time in unemployment. There's a lot more, but I want to finish on this one because I saw that with Christopher Chope. I saw that with Jacob Rees-Mogg. I saw that with my local MP, Charlie Elphrick. Now, I, along with everyone else who has ever been on a course from the job centre, has had that course, if not in full, then in part, paid for by the EU. So, Donald Tusk, dick as he may be, has done more to get me into work and give me the opportunity to get into work than Anna Soubry or my MP Charlie Elphrick. I think that really says a lot. Again, I'll leave that link down below. It's a fascinating read to see the actual history of these people's voting record. So when they come out and tell you that they're there fighting for you, fact check it. Because 9 times out of 10, especially when they come from the Conservative Party, they are outright lying to you. And if you want me to do a bit of research for you, let me know.